G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. Been looking for ideas to do something a bit interesting, a bit different with cocktails, and I stumbled across something which is to say a different live stream I watched, talked about it, and this all goes back to an article that was on the Punch Drink website. Good website if you want cocktail ideas, just by the by. It's a concept called Aperitiki, and I don't know if you've heard of this. This is a term that's been floating around for 5 or so years. It's a portmanteau of Aperitvo and Tiki, two extremely different styles of cocktail. If you're not that familiar, the Aperitvo is the sort of the bitter cocktails, most famously with the Italian aperitivos, the red bitter drinks. Campari is the best known, and the various amari is the plural that you get throughout the world. And so the aperitivo, their defining characteristics, they tend to be bitter and they tend to be comparatively low alcohol, because the key ingredient, the amari, tend to be anywhere in the 15 to 30% range alcohol by volume, as opposed to spirits, which are 40% and up, generally speaking. And Tiki, on the other hand, is renowned for two things: lots and lots of rum, including overproof rums, and lots of fruit juices and syrups. So on the surface, Tiki and Aperitivo are about as far removed from each other as you can get. One is bitter and low alcohol, one is sweet and high alcohol volume. But see, the principles of a lot of cocktails is balance. So if you bring in the bitter elements from Aperitivo, the sweet elements from Tiki, and throw the boozy elements of Tiki in there as well, you can actually strike a balance. And as people have been discovering, it's quite remarkable how well some of these unexpected ingredients can go together. So having just discovered this myself in the last week, I'm going to explore a few of these recipes. These are slight variations on recipes that are on the Punch website, and it's very worth seeing. It's not just cocktail recipes on that site, some very interesting articles in there as well. But I'm going to start with one of the cocktails now, the intriguingly named white Negroni Pina Colada. I'm going to be building this cocktail in the glass rather than in a stirring glass or a shaker, and which makes it quite easy to prepare, with a few really interesting ingredients. First up, doing 1 ounce of mezcal. You could probably cheat and use tequila if you don't have mezcal. Mezcal being tequila's smokier cousin. I really like a bit of mezcal. Don't really think mezcal when you think tiki, so that's the first interesting element in here. 1 ounce or 30 mils of mezcal. Next, we want half an ounce of a gentian liqueur. There are a few European gentian liqueurs. Well-known one, Suze, is what's recommended by Punch. I'm actually going to use an Australian liqueur as a replacement. It's a very good replacement for things like Suze and yellow chartreuse. It's called hogh Gold. But again, as I say, it's good to know what you can substitute for if you don't have a specific thing. It's obviously going to be a different drink. There'll be a difference in the taste profile if you made this with Suze or with yellow chartreuse or with hogh Gold. But I'm going with A, what I've got, and B, supporting local. So half an ounce of hogh Gold going in. Oh no, I'm out of hogh Gold. I'm going to have to go visit their website and get some more. The recipe calls next for half an ounce of coconut rum or coconut rum liqueur. There are some very sophisticated coconut rums out there. And there's Malibu, which is what I have. I'm shamelessly just going to use half an ounce, 15 mils of my Malibu. That's it for the booze elements of this cocktail, but there's a few juices to go in, give it a bit more of a tiki profile, starting with 3/4 of an ounce of pineapple juice. If you are the sort of person who has the wherewithal to freshly press or squeeze your pineapple juice, good for you. I'm going with something that's a bit more convenient for me, 3/4 of an ounce. We're also adding half an ounce of lemon juice. This is some I squeezed earlier. Trust me, it's fresh-ish, just done before I started shooting these. Just got it in the squeezy bottle for convenience. But honestly, I don't frown too much if you happen to get bottled lemon juice from a store. I think it's actually very hard to tell the difference, which is slight sacrilege when you talk to some bartenders. I might do a direct comparison in a video one day, but this was actually fresh squeezed, so half an ounce of lemon juice going in. Final touch is just 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. This is one that I made at home, just 50% sugar, 50% water. If anyone ever mentions rich simple syrup, that's usually 2 parts sugar to 1 part water, and there's all sorts of things you can do with it. But simple syrup, very simple to make, probably where the name comes from. 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. Having built this in the glass, just going to give it a gentle stir. And we just want it to be nicely chilled. And here we have my first Aperitiki drink, the white Negroni Pina Colada hybrid. Let's see what it tastes like. That is just the mix of the mezcal. There is that smokiness and the herbal elements from the gentian style liqueur, and then of course pineapple juice is often a very overpowering flavour, but it's not. It's actually just complementing the mezcal in that. They are very good partners. I'm not sure how many cocktails there actually are that have mezcal and pineapple juice, but having tried this one, I'm sold. That's actually a really good mix. I was interested, like only 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. I thought, yeah, with the pineapple juice, you probably don't need more. And I wasn't sure. I thought maybe I want to put a bit more, but that's fine. This has just it's got a very light bitter element. It's got the fruitiness. It's got the smoke from the mezcal. They're coming together in a really quite pleasing way. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to exploring this whole Aperitiki style of drinks. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you're not already subscribed, it would be great if you did subscribe, and you can explore Aperitiki and other types of cocktails with me, and maybe even tell your friends that there's something to be learned about, enjoyed. I know it's certainly helping me pass the time when going out is not really the option anymore. Not that, I was ever a social person. I'm not going to admit too much that lockdown hardly changed my life at all. Changed it a bit, but I'm just keeping happy making cocktails, and I have a few more to explore with you this week, so I hope you can come back for that. I hope you look after yourself in the meantime, and next time I see you, we'll look at another Aperitiki cocktail. Until then, cheers!